Hey everybody, I'm Brennan with KSG Partners and welcome to this first video in my series on the operations pyramid. Now you may be thinking to yourself, Brennan, why are you talking about old school operations principles? Well, reality is that in our day of Gen AI and all kinds of crazy tools that are out there in the digital age, these operational principles are still super relevant and I think probably more important now today than ever before because the focus is on these really cool new technologies. We can't forget about the basics that really kind of get us there. So let's jump right in and we'll talk more about it in just a moment. All right, I'm a visual person. I like to speak from and learn from visuals. So I'm gonna use a visual aid to help me with what I'm explaining today. So let's jump right in to the very top of the operations pyramid. Improvement. What we call the improvement layer of the operations pyramid includes things like innovation and transformation, digital transformation, business transformation. These are big time buzzwords, and beyond just buzzwords, these are big time initiatives in almost any business. Everybody's got to transform and change in today's world to keep up and to try and actually take advantage of the new technologies that are out there. The advent of Gen AI and all the other related tools and functions and the outlook of what's coming is massive. It's a once in a generation inflection point. So everybody's focused here, and for good reason. We need to be focused on how we transform for the future for our customers, for our stakeholders, for our employees and team members. All of those people need to be transforming for the future. We need to be, as operations leaders, we need to be leading the charge on this. But you may notice that there's a big white space on this page, right, or on this screen. Without all the other pieces, without the right foundation, jumping into a transformation effort can be dangerous or at least not successful and a waste of time and resources. There's lots of research on this. You can go to the McKinsey research. You can go to all kinds of other places. Without the appropriate foundation, without the appropriate preparation, digital transformations, any business transformations will fail. So let's talk about this and build this from the ground up rather than just being focused on where we're missing. So operations pyramid helps us to think about preparing for transformation in a few different ways. We start with the planning layer. With the right planning processes, we can really be set up for success. This is truly the basic foundation. First off, understanding what our customers need, what they're demanding, what they're seeing, what they're receiving in the marketplace. What they really need is really what we drive our plans off of. We build a process design around that. We build our production planning around that and get the resources needed to make sure that we can meet those needs. That's what a plan is in operations, right? We're trying to make sure we meet our customers' needs. Next, we have the execution layer on top of that. Based on those plans, we go and implement them. We go and do them. Trying to meet our customers' needs in the most effective way possible and efficient way possible so that we're also meeting the needs of our stakeholders, our stockholders, right, our investors, our other leaders in the organization, and balancing those things together. It can be a challenge, but this execution layer helps us to kind of really meet those needs. Now, as we kind of start into the execution phase, we need to make sure that we're controlling things and that we have our performance management under control. In any operation, you need probably a daily check on where you are and how you're operating, how you're actually proceeding, and how you're doing according to your targets and goals, making sure that you're staying in line with what your customers need. Some operations need it more. You may need to have an hourly check on things or a minute-by-minute check on your progress. Every operation is a little different, but managing performance, managing control, managing quality of our outputs is critical to making sure that we're ready for good operations, but also for the future. Now you may look at this and say, "Hey, I know geometry. There's only a little bit left in this triangle. There's only a little bit left in this pyramid, right, Brennan?" Yes, but before we jump to the final top portion again of innovation and transformation, I need to give you something else here. Culture and communication and technology integration are like the cement that hold all these pieces together. Without a clear and intentional culture and the right kind of communication for your team members, your stakeholders, and others, as well as the appropriate technology integrated into your work, these other pieces will inevitably fall apart. This is like the backbone and the backdrop that helps us to make these things successful. Now, with all of these pieces together, we're ready for this pinnacle of improvement. Innovation and transformation will come more naturally and be far more successful if we've got all of these other pieces in place. All right, we spent some time talking about the operations pyramid. Please let me know if you've got any more questions. We'd love to talk in more detail about how this applies in your business and in your space. And there will be more videos to come with more details on each one of those levels and layers and each of the pieces we talked about today. Thanks for your time. We'll talk again soon.